Hey there, I want to talk to you just for just a few minutes about Pear Deck. It's a great tool and it's one that is provided the pro account from our district. So I encourage you all to use it. It is an add-on to your Google Slides. So what Pear Deck will do is allow you to add little formative assessment checkpoints throughout a Google slide that you already have. So if you have a slide of your content or your chapter or your unit that you're going to be sharing with students, Pear Deck is a great way to kind of pause in the middle of it at different places and just kind of do a quick check. Are you understanding? What do you think about this? Give me some feedback so I can see where you are. So I'm going to kind of show you how to use it, and it's really actually easy to use and it's very helpful. So you're going to go to add-ons if you don't have it already, and you're going to go to get add-ons. And when you are here, it usually it's very popular, so it's probably going to be the first one that pops up. Mine is already installed, but you would click on it and go through the installation process. And then it's going to be here in your add-ons already. So you're going to just open it, and a little sidebar is going to pop up over here. I'm actually going to move me out of the way, make me a little smaller. This is where you're going to make all the magic happen. So the template library is my favorite place in Pear Deck, so that's where we're going to spend most of our time. But just so that you know, you can add Pear Deck tools to your actual slides. If you use something from the template library, it's going to insert a new slide in your slide deck. But if you choose any of these, if you see here, it adds a question to your current slide. So you can actually turn your slide into an interactive formative assessment, basically. So there is text, which means that you could pose a question on a slide and the kids are able to type in their response, and then you can see those. Then it's your choice if you share them out to the class, but it could just be for your eyes only. You can give them like a little multiple choice. You can send them to a website. They can draw something, or they can drag, different things to show their response or their answer or something like that. So those options are there for you. I'm going to show you the template library because it's really cool. So in the template library, they have a lot of slide decks already created for you. You can just then customize them to your own needs. I also like how they have them separated into beginning of lesson, during the lesson, and then end of lesson. So you can kind of do some bell ringers, and then you have exit tickets, and then you have some things to do kind of in the middle. And I recommend using, a combination of all of these. Have your entire slide deck interactive throughout the whole thing. It kind of keeps kids with you the whole time. So if you click on the beginning of the lesson, you have a lot of options here. And again, these are going to insert directly into your slide deck. So here are just some instructions, and here's a text slide. The kids can type on there. Here's another text one. And these are all just kind of set up for you and formatted. Once you insert them into your slide deck, you can change anything that's on here. You can change the background color. You can change this text. You can change this picture. So these are everything. Think of it as a placeholder, right? Just to kind of get you started, but you can totally customize it to match your theme you got going on or whatever you want. So again, here's another text slide. Here is a draggable. What did you think about the homework assignment? If you did well on it, you can do this. If you have questions on it, and there'll be like a little dot that the kids can move and place where they feel, and then you can look at all their responses as a whole. And if most of the kids pulled the dot over to the green, we're good, then you're good. If most of the kids pulled it over to the red, you can see, well, we may need to go over this again. And also you can see who pulled theirs over to the red. Then I can give them some individual instruction for the day. So again, it's an anonymous way for kids to give you feedback on how they felt about their homework. So those are just some beginning of the lesson. During the lesson, same kind of thing, like summarize what you just learned. The kids can type on here. And again, you can change this picture. You can change this wording to whatever you want. True, false, again, they're going to have a little dot, or they can choose, what they want. And just all kinds of cool stuff. You can slide down through there and see for yourself, but each of these will be just inserted into your slide deck. And same thing for end of lesson. You have lots of exit tickets, and in 1 minute, write the most important thing from today's lesson. How are you feeling about today's lesson? Pretend your friend was absent. What would you tell them about today's lesson? So just some kind of cool ideas for you to use. When you have all of them inserted and you're ready to go, you just click Start Lesson. Here is some of the beauty of Pear Deck. You can choose a student-paced activity, or you can choose instructor-paced activity. For student-paced, the kids is just what it says. They go at their own speed. They can click. They still get all the same little formative assessment Pear Deck, interactives in between, but they can go at their own pace. So this is great for kids who are home quarantined, or if we're having an NTI day. Student pace mode is great for that. If you remember the days when we had all of our students in our classroom? It's hard to remember those, but you might want to do instructor-paced activity so that you got all their attention all at the same time, and you are advancing their slides and you're taking them with you. So that's what instructor pace with you. It's hard to imagine, that we can even use instructor paced anymore, but the option is there. So that's what those two are, and it just will give you a link to share out with your kids that you could post to Otis on the class board or into a lesson as a link, and then you get all this great feedback from students, and you know that they're engaged with your content, which is awesome.